Hi guys, so I want to share with you a short clip of James O'Brien providing what I believe is sound political advice to Keir Starmer when it comes to post-Brexit politics. Now, Keir Starmer, the leader of the opposition, voted for Boris Johnson's Brexit deal. He also whipped his party to support the deal. Now, at the time, I believed that was a mistake. There were two options, to abstain or to allow a free vote. Now, I preferred a free vote because I believe it would have allowed members of Parliament for the Labour Party in Brexit-supporting constituencies to vote with the government, and it would have allowed Remain-supporting MPs to vote against the government, and it would have allowed, in my opinion, Keir Starmer a bit more space to manoeuvre when it comes to criticising both Brexit and Boris Johnson's deal. But let's hear the advice James O'Brien has for him.
There's absolutely nothing I can do, and this is something that Keir Starmer is likely to be taught in very stark terms later this week. There's nothing you can do yet with people who are still insisting that Brexit was some sort of win. They can't point to any victories, which is why the government will be now attempting to, well, look, the entire project's built on a lie, so a few more lies aren't going to change anything, are they? So they will now attempt to say, look, here's a win. So the vaccines are a big lie, of course. Our vaccine procurement regime was undertaken while we were entirely under European Union auspices. You can make an argument about whether or not we would have gone it alone had we not got the Brexit at the end of the tunnel come January the 1st this year. And it's actually quite a nuanced and complex argument. I probably would lean to the idea that we may not have done, but we could have done. So the idea that we needed to be out of the European Union in order to pull off the vaccines is simply not true. And according to the latest figures, we're only now about a month ahead of Germany. So again, it doesn't matter though, does it? Because I'm just telling you the truth. But if you don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it. Keir Starmer's big problem now is, of course, either he accepts that every vote in this country for the foreseeable future is going to involve some form of relitigation of Brexit because the Prime Minister is the embodiment of it, or he continues to sort of completely ignore it. And given that I think it's going to be generations before the full reality of it is acknowledged of it by the massive majority of the population, I think, and I wouldn't fancy the job myself, I've got to be honest with you, but I think he's got to relitigate it. I think he's going to have to, at some point, start talking about what's happened to the fishermen, what's happened to the dairy sector, why did we run out of paracetamol? Partly, of course, because the Secretary of State for International Trade didn't realise essentially what international trade was. But hey-ho, that doesn't butter any parsnips, does it? So what's he going to do? He's going to have to start speaking up for the people who are losing their jobs or seeing their livelihoods imperiled, or, of course, dealing with all of the extra red tape that has been brought about by a vote which was explicitly described as a vote for less red tape.
So, I've said this on numerous occasions. What Keir Starmer needs to do is he needs to meet with the fishing communities. He needs to meet with farmers. He needs to meet with exporters. Listen to them. Ask them, what are the problems you're facing at the moment? Describe these problems to me. And then he needs to respond to them. He needs to tell them, I'm going to fight for you. Boris Johnson has not fought for you. Boris Johnson has created this disaster. I'm here to fix it. He needs to, I believe, present himself as a fixer, someone who's going to resolve problems. He can't just sit on the sidelines and hope that Boris Johnson messes up, because we've seen that Boris Johnson has not messed up. Well, he has messed up in a sense that he has created a disaster, but politically, he's still extremely powerful. He still has a huge amount of support in the country. You need to meet with these communities. You need to acknowledge that these people voted for Brexit. Say to them, look, we understand you voted for Brexit. You voted to make the country better. You voted to take back control. You voted in order to make your life better. But it was a lie. The people lied to you. Now, let's move on from that. We're not going to criticize you for believing lies. How can we fix this? How can we get over this problem? Keir Starmer needs to present himself as someone who's going to fix these problems, to be a solution finder. He needs to say to the communities, the fishing communities, I'm here to fix this. Now, he doesn't have to go into detail about how he's going to do it. He could say, we're going to, if you vote for me, I'm going to create, I'm going to reach out to the European Union. We're going to have greater alignment with the European Union. This will fix these problems. Remember how it was before. We can't return to that completely, not at the moment at least, but I'm going to provide you with a solution. Boris Johnson is not providing you with a solution. The Tories are not providing you with a solution. They have abandoned you. And I would highlight the fact that they have been abandoned. Tell them, where is Boris Johnson? Why isn't he coming to meet with you? Why isn't he explaining the problems that he created? Why isn't he telling you how to fix this? Because he doesn't care. He sold you a lie in order to better his own position. And at the end of the day, if you suffer the consequences, he knows he'll be okay. All he wanted was power. You provided that. I'm here to fix the problems that he has created. I don't know if this is a solution that would work, because some people are still believing that Brexit is a success, that Brexit is making their lives better. But I think he needs to go to the places that are deeply affected. Bring the media with you. Get into heated debates with people. Get viral videos going. He needs to get the message out. He needs to present himself, as I said, as someone who's providing solutions. Not just listening to people being a shoulder to cry on. He has to provide solutions. Yes, these people voted to make their lives worse. They were lied to. Let's get over that, and let's get to looking at possible ways to fix that problem. Rejoining the single market, the customs union, the EEA, the European Union eventually. You don't have to sell all of these different solutions to everyone, but you have to provide some sort of answer. Boris Johnson, as I said, Boris Johnson and the Brexiteers have abandoned these people. And that's the way Keir Starmer has to present it to them. You have been abandoned. I'm here to fix the problem. Let's forget about how you voted. Let's look at how we resolve it. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?